start off, could you introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Brian Neman. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Sanguine. And what we're doing is helping patients participate in trials and matching patients with trials by collecting their data and matching that with the trial that fits their data most effectively. And the outcome is that patients get to participate in studies that impact their condition or research in their condition, and then pharmaceutical companies get access to patients and their data much faster than ever before.
That's amazing. So you've been a customer for a while now.
Yeah, a year almost.
A year now. Wow. And time flies. I remember when you guys first joined and talking to Jason about the campaign. But why don't we start with what you guys were doing before you joined with Predictable Revenue?
What we were doing
with
funny
sales,
story.
outbound.
Funny story. I was expecting account executives to source their own leads. Then I read Predictable Revenue and Impossible to Inevitable, and I realized that wasn't the case. And we were at a tough time because we actually we had to lay off some of our staff because of just financial difficulties. But now we're in a better place, and what we decided is when we use Predictable Revenue to get us the qualified leads, and then we would, I and one of my other teammates would make the in-person presentations, and that's been working much more effectively.
Gotcha. So you had account execs and they were prospecting on their own, and then?
Well, we were hoping they would prospect, but it wouldn't happen because salespeople hate prospecting.
That's true. That's true. And that wasn't, it doesn't sound like that was going very well.
No.
Gotcha. What do you think was the challenge there?
I just think it's the nature of account executives. Like, people that are built to sell or close the deal aren't the ones that are looking to market. And there are a lot of logistical pieces that Predictable Revenue takes care of that a normal sales executive wouldn't be part of. So, like, for example, a sales executive here, an AE, would discuss the contract, discuss pricing, make the presentation, just like an overall company overview, and show them like how we're going to be better. Whereas the SDRs would be responsible for making sure that to buy more domains, or make sure that the the spam filter is, making sure the right open rates are there. So it's more of a logistical, mathematical role than is the sales role. So they're kind of two different personalities completely.
Gotcha. And when you guys started, what made you decide to join Predictable Revenue?
I knew that we could close if I or another, we have a strong teammates here that can present the company very well. I thought that if we had just a machine that would just turn over quality leads to us, then we could close them.
Gotcha. And at the time, who did you need to reach out to and close?
Scientists at pharmaceutical companies.
Gotcha. And so since you've joined, what were your initial impressions of the team?
Well, I only spoke with Jason, and he's been great. I'd say that our experience is very focused. I think that the good thing about having an account manager is that they can help tailor the campaign, and they can kind of bring you back to center. So, for example, we work with a very conservative group of individuals that aren't okay with, like, hey, what's up, in the emails, or much more formal introductions and conversations. And so the verbiage has to be different. Then we have, Jason Metcalf, who's had that experience with other firms where maybe the introductions or the salutations aren't as formal. So kind of balancing the two, and the brainstorming has been productive.
Right on. And so out of the brainstorming and all the, the things Jason's done for you, what's the value that he's helped create for you guys?
I think he manages the automation,
Hmm.
and he also comes up with ideas for customization and then automating those customizations
Gotcha.
to break it down. So he's kind of like an engine. We have a setup where we get he knows what he has to deliver to us. 5 to 10 leads per week,
Hmm.
and we come up with different strategies on how to tweak that each week. Maybe increase it, decrease it, whatever it is.
Gotcha.
Increase the send, decrease the cadence, and things like that.
Gotcha. And in terms of the business value or the economic value that working with us has provided, can you speak to that?
Yeah, I think that we have some good deals in the pipeline. The nature of our business is so straight off the bat, the ROI has been positive. So if that ROI is going to be very positive, like more than 5x or 3 to 5x, is gonna we're gonna find out over the course of the next 4 to 6 months. And the reason is because just the sales cycle of selling it to pharmaceutical companies is not the same as selling it to an SMB. That's just the truth of the matter.
Mm-hmm. How long are your sales cycles roughly?
From initial client, because ours isn't really renewable, so an existing client will renew a project, and we have to continue winning those deals. So if an old client comes in, probably 45 days. Brand new client, probably 4 months.
Okay. Gotcha. And what recommendations would you make for any other companies, whether they're selling into pharmaceutical or SMB? What recommendations would you?
For an early stage company where the best salesperson on the team is a co-founder or a CEO, don't hire any SDRs. Just go with predictable revenue and just save your time and money, because all these, you can read predictable revenue or impossible to inevitable or Jason Lemkin's comments. He says always, when you're hiring an SDR for the first time, hire 2,
Mm-hmm.
so that what the one is probably not going to work out. You're going to learn from one of them. And the response was, I agree with that. We went through that, and we found that probably the best sales or account executive to start out is probably the CEO or co-founder, and that all the logistical aspects of just sending out hundreds of emails per day, I mean, that's not really CEO work. So if you can get a machine to do that, that'd be productive.
Gotcha. In this case, Jason's been your machine.
Yeah, Jason and predictable revenue. Yeah.
How has it been working with Jason in particular?
Good. He's responsive. Comes up with good ideas each week. Reliable. Says what he's going to do.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you. That's super valuable, Brian. I really appreciate it.
Sure. Absolutely.
Awesome, man.
All right. Talk to you.